guys, welcome back. So I have a little Tarte haul for you guys today. I have been trying to do this video for like the past week, I swear to you guys. But yesterday I was really sick, and it's a long story, but I'm vlogging today too, so check out my vlog channel if you want to see the full explanation of that. Which, by the way, I have not mentioned my personal blog channel a lot lately, but I do have one. But please only subscribe if you're really interested, because I don't care about subscribers on that channel. It's just fun for me, so don't like subscribe just because you feel obligated to. But if you are interested, I do vlogging, I do like opinion stuff, I do my weekly WTFs on there, so check that out. I'll link it below. And I also wanted to tell you a quick announcement. I'm sorry I'm talking so much already, but check out my channel art on this channel. I got new channel art the other day, and I was super excited because I actually won it from one of my friends here on YouTube. She had a contest and she created it for me, and I think it's beautiful. She did a really good job. So I'm going to link her channel right here, and then I'll also link her below. The reason I'm telling you guys about this is because she's actually doing a channel art giveaway once a month. So I really want you guys to go over to her channel and subscribe to her. One, because she's awesome, and two, because she's doing this giveaway. And I know YouTube channel art for the new design is pretty hard to do if you're not super tech savvy. So anyway, let's get right into this haul. So I got the Miracle of Maracuja gift set from QVC. And I had really wanted to try the Maracuja oil from Tarte for a long time, but it's $46 for a 1.7 ounce bottle, and that's just like, that's a lot of money to me. That's like my internet bill or like my electric bill, you know what I mean? So that's just a little bit too much for a little bottle of oil. And I'll show you what it looks like. This is the size. It's a 1.7 ounce, but this did come in this gift set, and the total for the gift set was $72. Now that is a pretty penny for me still, like that's a lot of money, but once you guys see how much stuff and the value of all this stuff, you'll see why I got it. So yeah, first of all, it came with this, and it's hard for me to really form a review or opinion on it yet because I've only used it a couple times. So I might do like a separate blog post or like an updated video or something like that at some point, but what it's used for primarily is people use it on their face in replacement of like their serum or moisturizer. And I have combination skin. It's dry like around my nose, and then it's kind of, it'll get oilier on my cheek kind of area. Sometimes I look oily, sometimes I don't. But so I'd say it's combination. So I used this the first night, and I did break out on my forehead. I don't like blaming it on a product unless it happens like more than once or it happens really badly, but I do kind of think this contributed to it, because normally when I get breakouts on my forehead, well, normally I never get breakouts on my forehead. Normally I get it around my cheek area. But when I do get breakouts on my forehead, it's usually like the cystic acne, so like the acne that's like underneath your skin, and this was like a full-on pimple. So I kind of think that this contributed to it. So I've just been using it like around my eye area and around my nose where I know I'm dry. But let me just say, I will definitely repurchase this for one reason, and for one reason alone. I don't even care if it works on my face. It works amazing in your hair and on your scalp. I flat iron and blow dry my hair. So whenever I do like the full like washing, blow dry, flat iron all in one day, that's a lot on your hair and a lot on your scalp, and my scalp will get like super dry. My hair will be super dry. So I use this on my scalp because it has this little dropper, so you can just like part your hair and put it directly on wherever the dry spots are, and it just like works super well. I used it on my ends, and when I went to bed, my hair looked really gross, and like I was like, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to wash my hair tomorrow morning because it's gonna be really greasy, but it just absorbs overnight, and it looked perfect the next day. Okay, I'm gonna try to get through the rest of this stuff really quickly because there's a lot. So I'm just gonna show you. I got this concealer brush or foundation brush, I don't know. I haven't used it yet, but it feels really soft and nice. I don't know how much this is. I forgot to look up a price on how much this costs, but foundation brushes are usually pretty expensive. Next thing I got was the, what is it called? Lights Camera Lashes mascara, and this retails at $19. And I really like the packaging on it. It is like this purple, kind of like snakeskinish thing. I don't know. This is a decent mascara. That's what the brush looks like. I'm not overly impressed by it, just because I really like that like false lashes look almost. Without using false lashes, I like you know, really thickening, volumizing, lengthening mascaras, kind of the 3-in-1 mascaras. And this is a really kind of natural looking mascara, which is nice for, you know, certain occasions. But for me, on my everyday, I kind of like to be a little bit more dramatic. I have really dark hair and I have really thick eyebrows, so I feel like I have to play up my eyelashes. That's kind of how it's not like I like to look like a Barbie doll or anything like that. It's just, when you have such dark features, I feel like you really need to play up your eyelashes. It did make my lashes feel really soft and healthy, so I really like that. Next thing that came was the Maracuja Creaseless Concealer, and I got it in medium. And this is a really good concealer. I really like it. Most of the concealers that I have are strictly under eye concealers, so they're really lightweight, which I really like. They're moisturizing, all of that stuff. But I don't have any that are good for like blemishes. And this is a heavy duty concealer. I would compare it to Glamouflage by Hard Candy, except for it actually works. And I don't mean that to be rude, but the Glamouflage concealer just doesn't do it for me. This is like the same consistency of that, but it actually covers. So I really like this. I did use it on my under eye, and it felt a little bit heavy, but it didn't crease or anything. It didn't look bad. It felt a little heavy. I got this gliding eyeliner, which retails at about $19. This color is Black Bark. And when it says Black Bark, I thought it would be black, but it's actually a very, very dark brown, which I actually don't mind. It's a pretty color. And it literally, like, it goes on like butter. I'm telling you guys, it is buttery. It's a really, really nice eyeliner. And the great thing about it is after it dries, I just put it on, so I can't really show you guys, but after it dries, it does not smudge. Let's see. Yeah, look at this. The smudging on that was like minimal, and I have a greasy hand and I just like rubbed it really hard, so I'm a big fan of that. I'll probably at some point purchase it in a different color because brown isn't really my thing, but I put it on my eye and it almost looked black, like it was like black brown, so I think for when you're going for like a natural look, it'll be good. Okay, I got this lip gloss in Pouty. That's what it looks like. It has really cute packaging, and this retails at $21, which, I'm sorry, but a lip gloss for $21 automatically disgusts me. But I'll swatch it for you. That's what it looks like right there. It's very pink. On me, though, it doesn't show up that hot pink because I have very pigmented lips. It reminds me a lot of Stila's Minty Mint Plumping Lip Glaze that I have, like the smell of it and the texture. But, like, I would never pay $21 for a lip gloss. So I really wouldn't recommend that just on its own, just based on the fact that it's, I mean, it's not that great. Like, go to Victoria's Secret and spend $7. I got the Airblush blush, which retails at $26. That's a hefty price tag for me. But this color is Shimmering Pink, and I love this. I'm obsessed with this. I've been using this, like, I don't have it on today, but I've been using it like every day since. And it's kind of like a cream to powder formula, if that makes any sense. Like, it looks like it's a powder, kind of. But when you touch it, it's more like creamy. So that's what it looks like on my finger. And it blends out really nicely. It looks really pigmented, but that's it on my hand. And it just blends really, really nicely. I'll use this either with a powder brush or not a powder brush, a stippling brush or my fingers. And it works really, really well. And it stays on very long. Again, it's kind of like, more like a stain. And then the last thing I got was the Amazonian Clay Shadow Box thing. This retails at $22. I'm going to get it in a little bit closer so I can show you swatches. I probably should have been sitting here the whole time. I'm sorry. Okay. That's what it looks like. So 4 pretty colors. Now, I'll be honest, these are not the colors I would have picked out for myself. And that's one thing about buying these like gift sets, is a lot of times you get colors that you are not really a fan of. But I mean, they're pretty colors. I'll show them to you on my fingers. Ugh. Those are all 4 colors swatched on my finger. And you can see that they're very pigmented, great color payoff. And yeah, I mean, they're good eyeshadows. I wore these once. I wore all 4 of them. And then I also mixed it with like a Victoria's Secret shade that I had that was a little bit darker. And it was really pretty. they're a little bit light for me. That's the only issue, but the actual formula of the eyeshadows is really, really good. They stayed on for a really long time. They're very blendable. Like I said, color payoff was great. So I would have probably picked out a different color for myself. I really like this color. It's like the most neutral color. This color isn't bad for like a crease color. This color I will probably never wear. It looks kind of pretty on. And it even looks pretty when I blend it out on my hand. But on me, it's just way too light. It looked like, I don't know, it just looked really cheesy on me. And the white color, I have so many colors that are like that. But overall, you know, if this is worth it if I had the right color. So I would pay $22 for like a neutral set. But that's the other thing that I kind of do like about getting these gift sets is if I had my choice, all of those eyeshadows would have been brown. You guys know that. They would be brown, maybe like gold or something. And so it does kind of get you trying things that you wouldn't normally try. So that was all the stuff that I got at Tarte. Like I said, this whole set was like $72, which is a lot, but if you add up all of the prices, it's totally worth it. I really like trying out gift sets and stuff when I'm trying to try out, especially for high-end cosmetics. So that's what I try to do because it ends up being a lot cheaper. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know I kind of rushed through the products, but I wanted to just get through everything and give you guys my little haul and first impressions. So if you guys would like to see a like detailed review or more swatches or a tutorial or anything like that on any of these products, please just leave me a comment and I will totally do that for you guys. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye! That was the worst outro ever! But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to show you my little haulage and my quick first impressions. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Okay, that was really bad. Let me know if you guys would like to see a, and then I got, oh my gosh, I'm dropping everything. So I really kind of just impressed myself because Victoria's Secret is having like the preview to their semi-annual sale. So they have a bunch of stuff 40% off right now, and I did not buy anything. I thought about it. I definitely thought about it.